What happens when we stop trying to control nature and instead allow it to teach us?
Welcome back to part 2 of our conversation with beekeeper and educator McKay Jo. In this part of our conversation, we move beyond the mechanics of the hive and into the deeper lessons that emerge when we choose to live in a closer relationship with the natural world.
McKay shares how beekeeping has shaped her understanding of patience, presence, community, and personal growth, and why some of the most important lessons in life can't be rushed.
We also explore the challenges facing bee populations today, the importance of environmental stewardship, and how each of us cultivate a more intentional and reciprocal relationship with the ecosystems that sustain us.
At its heart, this conversation is about more than bees. It's really about belonging, interconnectedness, and remembering that we're part of something much larger than ourselves.
Whether you're a beekeeper, a gardener, nature lover, or simply someone searching for a deeper connection to the world around you, this conversation offers the wisdom worth carrying forward.
So take another deep breath, settle back in, and join us for part 2 of our conversation with McKay Jo.
If you have native bees that are just awesome, no, don't get a hive.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Bliss, we'll talk about that. You said cold sore.
Okay.
You have like a
Okay,
little spray, right? It's on the tongue. You just kind of spray
Mine
it
is
on.
a dropper. So mine is a tincture. So it's a dropper. So
Okay,
I'll
you
put the
drop it on
dropper
there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're
And that's
saying
it.
like within a day that bad boy's zapped.
Oh, it's gone. Yeah, it's immediately gone.
What?
Yeah. I mean, if it's pussy and it's like,
Yeah.
then it's gonna, it just stops whatever's happening. So then it will have to heal or whatever. But if you get it when it's like that tingle, are you guys cold sore people?
I don't have any cold.
not
I mean, I see
much,
a lot of
but, like,
patients with it.
I've had
but-
canker sores,
Oh.
similar-ish.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
If you have it, it lies dormant in you and it
Mhm.
will express if you are stressed or if you're exposed to sun or whatnot.
Too
And
much
so
sugar
if
for
you
me.
have it, you have it. If you don't, don't share straws. Don't kiss anyone
Oh, yeah,
weird.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So you'll
you
put it
just
on
put it on
and-
there when that tingle starts and
Mhm.
yeah, you're solid. You're good.
Wow.
Heck yeah. Okay. So Propolis, what else?
Mhm.
Let's kind of go through each one. It's Propolis, you cold sore, but what else are people, is it on the daily or how often and when and why are they using this?
People will propolis also, that's a lot of the hive air. So the huts that I'm doing, there's propolis it's beneficial to your respiratory system.
Hmm.
So the best thing is to lay in a bee hut or like breathe that hive air. If you don't have access to that, they do have a propolis diffuser on that site as well. And my husband came in last night. My whole face was bright red from bee venom. We'll talk about that later. But then I had my propolis mask on and I was like breathing air. I'm sitting there like on my phone and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to be youthful and beautiful. Like, don't worry." But
Give
yeah.
me 10 minutes.
Yeah. But it's great because it's a thing you can put it directly on and you can just breathe the air directly. But also you can put it on just if you were to put like an essential oil diffuser in your
Yeah.
house, kind of same thing. But it will go around and it will coat kind of everything lightly. And in the air, if you have any mold issues, it vanishes your mold issues in the air. So of course you have to find the source of the mold if you're having,
Right.
the mold can show up in a lot of different ways. So you have to find the source, get rid of the mold or whatever. But in the meantime, if you want to purify the air and not let any of that impact your respiratory system, amazing. It will just be gone just like that.
So let's pause there real quick. Just because I have a friend who literally, she was having problems and like coming with inflammation and just some other things. Like, I mean, everyone's got inflammation
Yeah.
and stuff, but long story short, her doctor said she has exposure to mold. And so they literally wiped down everything in their house. They
Oh my
went,
gosh.
they saw there's something in the ceiling. They had the landlord come in, fix the ceiling. There was some mold in the ceiling, but literally before she could move back into the house, and we helped them with this. We went there, we're literally wiping down every toy, everything. And before they could move back in, and I'm thinking, as you're talking about this, I think there's mold like probably in all of our homes, if to some small
I'm sure
extent.
to some degree, yeah.
So you're saying this propolis, maybe get this from the site, what's it called again? The
Pollen peddlers.
Pollen peddlers. Pollen peddlers,
Mhm.
you're saying get like some tinctures. Like I literally have a diffuser going right now. And I put in like
So
lavender.
it's not a tincture, it's actually propolis. And propolis is kind of in the cold, it's brittle and it snaps. And
Okay.
in the heat, it's like sticky. And like all my hive tools and my hive gear is so sticky. And it's not honey, it's the propolis. It's very, very sticky. It's
Yeah,
hard
you
to
said it
wipe
was a
off.
resin and sap from
Yeah,
trees.
exactly. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
resin.
Yep.
So there's a little tiny glass capsule that you buy, and it slides into this machine, and that will,
Oh, it heats up and it diffuses out.
yeah,
Heats up.
ionize it. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah.
But you have to get the machine. I
Okay.
can't just buy any old
So yeah,
diffuser.
she should try it. I mean, like if she's still having issues to like breathe it directly is great, but then to run it in her home, like it's so incredible.
So
Yeah,
she could breathe it. If she wanted to just kind of filter the home, she'd have to buy this thing from like
Yeah.
pollen peddlers, and it's like a little diffuser you
Yeah.
slide this thing into. So it's the whole thing that she'd buy. Okay.
yeah.
And the
Otherwise,
discount
you could just-
code you said was McKay Jo?
McKay Jo. Oh, McKay Jo 10. It's McKay Jo 10.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's 10%
There you go,
off.
peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your diffuser. Hell yeah.
I mean, this is so okay. So people are using it for that, like the mold. Keep going with propolis, and we can dive into other ones. But what are some of the other reasons people are using it?
Yeah, I mean, like it's just really good for the antifungal, antiviral, antimicrobial. So like my husband had a weird, don't tell him. My husband had a weird fungus on his toe, and we were putting it on his toe. Don't tell anyone.
don't
We
tell
all have
anyone.
that stuff. We've all had
This
stuff like
show's just
that.
for us.
Yeah, stuff like that, like a weird something. It's just
And you
it's
put
good.
propolis
Or,
on his toe, and it helped out. Like obviously
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
better than
So-
going to the pharmacy and getting something else.
Listen, we
Huh.
all
Yeah.
got the fungi once in a while.
And they say it's making really great strides in STDs, herpes, and things like my
Mhm.
cold sore. It worked magic on. I have yet to encounter someone that's battling that or openly battling any STDs
Sure.
because I'd love to be like, hey, let's do an experiment,
Come
but
to
like,
my hive and
I know.
I will cure your herpes.
Yeah.
Oh, one day.
But they
That'd be
say
cool.
it's good for stuff like that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that's propolis. Like you get a cut. I'm sure people are like, I'm thinking of my big fat Greek wedding with the lights
Yes,
off.
I was just thinking of the Windex.
Sure. Yeah.
Windex.
But see, cuts.
It's
So
just
cuts
coming up
would be
spraying it.
different. Yeah, cuts would be so like there's no like fungus or whatnot in a cut. In a clean cut, you want to do honey.
Okay.
So honey is amazing for like topical, like it's rich in antioxidants, amino acids, and it helps break up scar tissue. And so if you're like looking to heal something or burns, like so good for burns. I have a really great friend in Texas and he's exclusively studying honey at I think it's the Texas University, and they're coming up with these burn packs that will be good for wounds. Like even like open wounds, they've been using it, and it's amazing. And
Wow.
like there is medical grade honey in hospitals now that you can use medical grade honey on your wounds.
So instead
And the
of
reason it's
Neosporin-
medical. Yeah. The reason it's medical grade is because it's been tested that there's no corn syrup in it, like it's actual, real, authentic honey. So
It would be unfiltered, I would imagine. Wouldn't that be the most rich in medicinal
right.
use, right?
I'm not exactly sure what the process is. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some filter they
Filtration?
had to do. Yeah. But I know that there's different ways that they harvest it with different tools that are all sanitized and all this stuff. Like it's really nice honey. But I mean,
That's incredible.
honey, so the honey that's rich in antioxidants is going to be your darker honey. So if you're looking for something like that, you go with like a buckwheat honey. So have you heard of Manuka honey?
I was going to ask you about that. I literally have it pulled up. I was going to talk to you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Manuka honey, the reason it's so popular is because it is the most researched honey in the world. They made all these wonderful claims that Manuka honey was better than everything else. They ran all these tests, and it's wonderful. It's like deeply rich in the antioxidants, and it's like a leaps and bounds above a standard high altitude spring harvest. But the thing is it's showing this because it's like the most researched. You find a buckwheat honey from Maryland, what was the other ones? There's one from Turkey that's a really rich dark color, and you're getting the same benefits, and the price point is so much lower. It's so
Really?
much lower.
So just find something.
So
Manuka. Just go ahead.
it's not like a scam. Like it's very researched, and then the demand for it went up, and so they can charge more. But it's
right.
doing what it says. It's wonderful honey, but you can get the same benefits elsewhere in
Can
the
you-
dark honeys.
the manuka though, or the other dark honeys, because I've seen dark honeys at farmers markets.
I was going to say the farmers markets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought manuka was. Well, somebody told me this once. I didn't research it at all, but I thought manuka had more of the stuff in it, like the pollen and the other things. It just had more of the beneficial.
Well, it's harvested
things
from the
the
manuka
hive.
flower, and so there was something about that nectar
In New
that,
Zealand, yeah.
in New Zealand, yeah.
Okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
So you can consume it the way you're consuming it in other, like you consume other honeys. It's not like you just want to eat it if you're not feeling well or something.
Sure,
It could
yeah.
be beneficial whenever.
Or like, I mean, it would be really, yeah, of course it would be great to eat, but then also it would be the best to be putting on burns and wounds and things
Yeah, the
like that
topical
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you get a
Yeah.
cut, I got a cut last week on my finger here. I've been
Mhm.
hitting it with Neosporin, right? And a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
take that Neosporin, you throw it in the trash.
You throw it away, man.
so I'm using
Honey.
I'm using Tom Bench Hollow Tree honey.
Yes,
Put a little sprinkle on there.
There
Okay.
it is.
I gotta hit up
Heck
Tom,
yeah.
man. I'm telling him we talked about him in this. Okay, so that's how you're using that. Interesting. So that's the honey.
The spoonful of honey, man. Like we're leaving out the whole Mary Poppins, right?
Right. Yeah.
Spoonful of honey.
It's
That's like the most
sugar, yeah.
common expression.
And so this this honey expert that I've kind of gleaned a lot of information from, he was talking about how your body doesn't store it as glucose because there's a lot of benefits to it. So like even like it helps with your digestion. If you are constipated and you eat warm honey, it can help with that. If you're backed up and you eat cold honey, it can help with that. If you get those two mixed up, it's a disaster.
Oh boy.
But also like before you go to bed, if you had like a spoonful of pure honey, it's going to help your system. It's going to help you clear out and just everything like kind of reset at night. And it's not stored. I mean, a lot of people like don't eat sweets late at night or whatever.
Right.
It won't be that way. Like it's not stored as a glucose. It's totally
You'll get
different,
fat by
so.
having a spoonful of honey every night. No,
it's great
Not
for
at
you.
all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
like part of a routine where I make sure I get a tablespoon of flaxseed and I get chia seeds and hemp seeds every day. You're
Sure.
thinking I just throw in the honey, just throw
Yes,
down a tablespoon of that.
absolutely. Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So okay, so we talked about those. What else was there? There's a royal. Let's talk about the royal jelly and how
Royal
people are using
jelly.
that.
So royal jelly is a substance that the larva eats when they're first cracked out of their egg,
Right.
and then it's what the queen bee eats exclusively throughout her whole life.
Yeah. It
It's
turns the
got
females into a queen bee if that's all she eats.
exactly.
That's what you're
Yes,
saying, yeah.
exactly. And it's royal jelly. Royal jelly, you can get it in capsule form on the Pollen Peddler site. You can also get it as like a cream. And I had some honey tastings where I had people taste it. It's not at all like honey. It's sour and it's I don't know how.
What's the color of it?
White. It's like a milky white.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it again? How do they make it?
Oh, they secrete it from their heads.
Oh, okay.
The worker bees. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Keep going. You had your husband.
And my husband tried a spoonful of it once and only once, and he threw up 9 times because he would. He would just had a weird. He hated the taste of it.
It's just him. This is not a normal reaction.
No. So
Okay.
like anytime we'd have it on the honey tasting thing, I'd be like,
You're
hey,
poor.
with caution.
And he's like, my God,
I think people
McKay.
think it's honey, but then it's like a big mouth of like bitter, like, ugh, you know?
And then you tell them what it was. They secreted this from their heads?
Yeah.
Cup full of it.
Oh, man.
Okay,
so how are they using
so
it?
in capsule form,
Mhm.
also as the cream, if you use it topically, people will do like honey royal jelly facials. A lot of makeup products will like say they have royal jelly in the makeup product, and it's really good for producing collagen and just all the lovely skin benefits. But in capsule form, they say that it's really great for hormones and for women who are trying to be more regular in their cycles. It's great for women who are moving into menopause. It's just, they've seen a lot of, I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's like, it's what the queen bee eats her entire life.
Right.
And she's fertile and she produces eggs her entire life. And then all of a sudden in capsule form, it's helping out women with their cycle. Yeah. And it's just like, wow, like, is this the fountain of youth? Like, is this, it's supposed to slow aging. It slows, like, there's a lot of amazing promises with all these things. And it's crazy because I've been reading and studying a lot of them, but I've yet to put into practice or see it with anyone I'm working with. So I'm trying out a lot of these things on me, and it's too soon to say things, but I'm very excited with the stuff I've been seeing.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah. So
Nice.
it's fun. Yeah.
So
I had no idea.
that's-
Honestly, I had no idea that honey could lead down this path.
So you're saying women that are struggling, maybe getting pregnant, like take some of these capsules, maybe that could help.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the crazy thing is that the side effects are nothing. It's a natural substance. Like there's
Sure.
not, you're not messing
Unless you're
with
allergic
your
to
hormones.
honey, right?
Well, sure, if you're allergic to honey, or
Right.
like if you're dealing with bee venom and you're allergic, yes, absolutely, there can be.
There's that.
But you can find that out. You can find that out pretty quick.
Bee venom.
Be able to.
Oh, yeah.
What is this? And how the heck are we using bee venom to take out our enemies? Or
yeah. Yeah. So when a baby bee is born, it has no venom. It builds up its potency throughout its life. Bee venom is made of 60 unknown components, but the main component in bee venom is melatonin. And melatonin is helping break down a cell wall. And because of this, they are seeing, so in Australia, I think it was like 3-4 years ago, they had in a petri dish, so it wasn't a human test, but in a petri dish, the bee venom was able to destroy cancer cells of a breast cancer cells, with leaving the breast tissue of it, my gosh, tongue-tied, untouched. So the healthy human tissue was left untouched, while the bee venom totally obliterated the cancer cells within 60 seconds. It was crazy.
Smokes.
And so, but
imagine
I mean,
being
there's
scientists
a
in
lot
that lab. They went ballistic.
I know.
You're all right. It is used to attack your foe. Okay.
But there's a lot of things to, there's a lot of red tape, a lot of things that you have to do to be able to get to move that along. And it was just in a petri dish. It's not like, but it's exciting. There's a lot of things that are happening that are very exciting. And so there's things like that. But then also, it helps with chronic disease. So there's a lot of Lyme patients that have given up on Western medicine. And if you have Lyme, you have it for life.
Sure.
And it's all about maintaining your symptoms, like trying to keep it at a low.
So it's not
and people have turned.
Yep.
Yeah, people have turned to bee venom to help with that.
Wow.
So I know a girl I've interviewed a girl that she has 30 bees sent to her at the beginning of the week, and she stings herself 3 times a week, 10 times. And that bee venom is going in and helping with, she's not seeing any symptoms anymore.
Wow.
She was unable to get out of bed. And now she's like fully the pollen peddlers lady, she was bedridden. She could barely talk or form sentences because of her Lyme. And because of bee venom, she's doing really well. Wow. So it helps with Lyme. It helps with MS. It helps with arthritis.
Wow.
It is because when you get stung by a bee, you initially get inflamed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a inflammatory response that your body has. That's short term. In the long term, you're building up a defense and learning how your body is learning how to deal with inflammation. And it helps. It is the best anti-inflammatory out there. It is a natural peptide. Wow. And the things that it's doing for your body, incredible for your circulatory system and just like clearing out any toxins you might have in your body. So I've been stinging myself, and I don't show that on Instagram because people get mad.
How do you sting yourself?
Sure, right? Because you think you're hurting the bee or something, right? Isn't that what the story is?
Die, right?
And you are. The bee dies.
Oh, okay.
The bee dies
right.
after you do that. Yeah. So yeah, you kill the bee.
How do you sting yourself? Okay. Well, walk me through this process of you stinging yourself.
Yeah. So
can you do it now?
No.
You guys, you should have prepared me for that. I totally would have. Yeah.
Sorry. The next time we'll do a whole bee bull.
Send us a video of it. I want to see it. But anyway, so tell me about this. So
go ahead. So I have a hive in my backyard. I go out with a little net and I catch a couple that are coming in from foraging. The foragers are the older bees, and they probably have weeks, if not days, left to live. Like they only live for 20 days outside of the hive. So they come back from foraging. And that also means that their venom is the most potent. The turnover rate of your hive, I have to just like defend myself because I'm killing bees.
Oh,
the turnover
I was
rate
going to
of
say,
that
you're going to put the
hive,
disclaimer in there, right?
yeah, it's insane. The queen can entirely replenish the hive within those 40 days. And there are, she is laying her body weight in eggs every day, thousands of eggs. So these bees, I think it's a noble cause to use their venom as their last like dying thing that they do, especially in a healthy hive. My hive is functioning really well. Sure. I take 2 bees, like, I'm sorry, I feel great about it.
I mean,
so anyway,
another one's going to be born. Listen, another one's going to be born in another few days because she knew that those workers are going to die anyway. It's a cycle.
She probably laid them 5 minutes after I left. Yeah, exactly.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
So you'll snag them with the net.
Yeah, so the best place to sting yourself is along the spine, about 2 inches away from the spine to start with. Your core is not going to be as inflamed as if you were to sting your hand. And as you work yourself up to dealing with more venom, you can sting yourself in different areas, but you want to focus on the acupuncture points.
Okay. Huh.
And so just right along my spine, I'll take some ice and I ice it for just a little bit. And I take the bee. Sometimes if the bees are flying about and really crazy, I have a little chamber that I actually got from pollen peddlers, and I put a little bit of CO2 into it that it makes the bee fall slightly asleep, and I can grab it on some inverse tweezers. And then at that point, you just slightly put the bee on your skin. You can tap its little behind, and it will just sting you. Yeah,
it'll actually sting you.
Yeah,
like, it'll actually sting you, right? Like you're not having to like pinch it into you. It'll just be like,
oh no, it's a sting, and it will give you a good zing. Like it is. I've been doing it a little while. It's still a little bit of a. You have to build up some courage for it, for sure. But also, so when that stinger goes in your body, the stinger is serrated. So when it stings a mammal, it clings to the fleshiness and it rips out that stinger along with some of its internal organs. That's why it dies.
Yeah. The
organ that it gets ripped out is the venom sac. And the venom sac, that still has some muscle to it, and you can see the venom sac pumping.
Whoa.
So I'll leave the stinger on for about 20 minutes to let it drain all of the venom into my body.
Incredible.
And that's why if you get a bee sting, I mean, now I say just let it pump, put the bee venom in you. But if you don't like that, if you're a normal person, I would just take the inside of my shirt because it's fabric, and I'd wipe it away with a fabric.
Okay. Oh, you
and
just
that way
wipe
kind of
it?
pulls it off. You just, because if you wipe it with your hand, like your skin, it will like pinch it. So sometimes the venom gets squished into you more.
Yeah.
But if you take like a piece of cloth and then you just wipe it with your thumb, like, it pulls it out.
So and that's like, because when you get stung, right, it's usually like, it's like a little circle usually. And it looks like a little circle. And then there's the middle spot. You're saying there's always going to be a stinger in there.
Not always. Sometimes it falls off or something, but that's how you know. Usually it's a queen or it's a bee because they can only sting once, and the stinger is usually left. I mean, like 95% of the time, the stinger's left. Right?
Okay.
People will say to me, "Oh, you work with bees? I hate bees. One went down my shirt and stung me 6 times." I'm saying, "Well, I know that's not a bee." Because wasps.
Yeah.
You got jacked up by a wasp.
Smooth stinger. Yeah. Wasps have a smooth stinger and they can sting repetitively. So yeah, but it's you can't explain that sometimes. Their mind's made up. I don't know, but
So that's the only way. Is that like the only way to get this venom into you?
I was just gonna ask, is there any other ways?
Yeah. So if you are, let's say we find out it cures cancer, hypothetically. And so they start extracting the venom, they put it into a syringe. At that point, you're losing a little bit of the shelf life, like it is the most potent, like directly from the bee.
Okay.
And then also you're paying a price point. You're paying a bill to put it into a syringe. Like it's nature's purest little form of, and the bees. There's very few times that you'll be testing bee venom for pesticides because the bee's body is acting as a filtration. So you have this pure, beautiful venom. It just makes sense to just use the bee.
To do it that way. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you know how often to do it? You probably don't even know. You're just kind of doing it.
I mean, so the American Apitherapy Society, which I'm a part of, it's all different. With different people, it's all different, the times and the quantity of how you're stinging, because there's a lot of things that can impact that. You can, like, if your body is full of a lot of toxins, it's going to have a more intense reaction. You're going to feel, it's going to make you feel things, and you kind of have to like build yourself up to taking a little bit more of that venom.
Okay.
Also, if you're on different types of medication, sometimes that can collide with it. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're allergic. A lot of people will say, oh yeah, I'm allergic. I got stung and my hands swole up to the size of the, and I'm like, no, it just means your body's reacting to the, you know, the venom.
Right.
If you're allergic, your airway's closing off, you know, and I would never suggest that you sting yourself without having an EpiPen close.
Please,
you want to have your EpiPen. Yeah. But yeah, it's all different for different types of people as to how much you're doing. Yeah.
EpiPen, or do it out in front of a or medical center. I mean,
yeah, I've had people.
Just in case.
I've had people that go and park in front of the ER and sting themselves.
Yeah. You just never know, because you may only have a minute. You don't know how your reaction is.
This is crazy. So
it's crazy,
and you can't go to your regular primary care doctor about this, because MDs don't get taught this. I would be surprised that DOs are.
It is rolling out more and more. So the American Apitherapy Society, the president right now, Patrick Feder something, he's a cardiac surgeon, and they have a chiropractor on the board, and they have like there's because it's not something, and I completely agree with this. Western medicine, it's great. I like to have an antibiotic. That's amazing. We're not gonna not do that. But to integrate this with the stuff that is already there, it could be amazing. Bee venom actually helps magnify your chemo treatments as well. And so it works hand in hand with this, where I'm not saying like exclusively sting yourself and don't do chemo. Like that would be insane, you know? Right. But to have an extra something in your pocket to work with, like that's so cool.
It's just another tool, another tool that you guys can add into your tool chest there.
But there's a lot of hippie weirdos that are now stinging themselves just for longevity, because it helps like clear your system. And so that's kind of the boat I'm in. I don't have anything chronic, but
yeah, you're doing it. You're the hippie weirdo because for the longevity, right? It's the
exactly.
Yeah. So you'll
look at me. Look how great I look, guys.
I was gonna say you're so vibrant. Well, I think that could be that royal the royal jelly mask that you did last night.
Everything.
It's all sleep in the hive, right? Mask. The hut. Where did people? I want to go into this business that you started, right? Because I think it's fascinating.
Wait, 2 seconds.
Hold on, before we get into that,
there's a bee venom cream too, and it's on that site.
Oh, okay.
And so if you just want like it helps. It helps produce collagen. It helps if you have sore muscles. It's a very baby step into bee venom. And you put a little bit on your skin and it will feel like a tiny, tiny little sting. It's incredible. And it can help with sore muscles, but people will also use it as facials for like fine lines and stuff. And so that's what I was using last
time. Your face was burning because you had this on it. Right?
Yeah.
Because it was like a little sting.
Yeah.
So
it's like such a good burn. Yeah. You'll love it. Yeah.
Here's a question though that I have is, so you'll sting yourself once and that's enough. Like there's enough in there where it'll go throughout your entire body, the venom.
So I'm stinging myself like 3 or 4 times at once. Yeah. Okay. Patrick Federlone.
Fratellone. I just looked it up.
Fratellone. Yeah. He stings himself like he's at 16 times a week is what he does.
Okay.
So got to kind of build up to it.
So when you do it, you do like 3 or 4. You'll do one and get the next one. Didn't do that.
Yeah. You line them up on little tweezers. So you got them all lined up, ready to go. And you just pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And so your back will just have like these little, like these little, like, what
and then once the venom kind of gets in your system, you can use it on different areas. So I know a beekeeper in Alaska, he's got really arthritic hands. And when he gets stung on his hands, he gets relief from his arthritis for like 3 or 4 days. So like you can use it on like little off areas too. And it won't be as crazy and inflammatory if your system's already used to it.
Do you just feel better, or do you feel, I know the initial effects of the venom, do you just, do the things just subside, or do you actually feel?
I feel great. Okay. Like, so it can do a couple of things to you. My husband, he gets sleepy afterwards. Like it kind of, and I need to figure out why. I need to find a paper as to why, because I don't really know. Or it can have the opposite effect and I get the zoomies. I feel so good and I'll like clean the house.
Get all jacked up on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll get tired because you can tell I got all kinds of energy and
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
maybe it'll be the opposite.
What are some of the other things that you can get from the hive? Beeswax. I want to, you're probably gonna throw this company under the bus, obviously. Burt's Beeswax, right? They obviously like
Yep.
put beeswax on the scene.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the beeswax and the benefits that people use of beeswax. Let's talk about Burt's, because obviously they really brought, I would say they brought kind of the more natural, holistic. I
Sure.
think what Burt was trying to do was legit, but then obviously
Yes.
Clorox buying in, who the heck knows what it is at this point. But
Sure.
the benefits of beeswax and like using it like as a chapstick and other things, like let's talk through some of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great for locking in moisture. It's a great, yeah, it's got a small amount of vitamin A in it, and if you burn it as a candle, it's gonna set off a negative ion into the air, which purifies your air rather than your paraffin candles. So,
Hmm.
it's really great. I mean, to have those beeswax wraps that you see in place of like a saran wrap to put your vegetables in the
Sure.
fridge or whatever, like that's gonna be great for that. It I heard a beekeeper once describe it, and I love how he said it's the skin of the hive, which it totally is. It's just, it's what it's what encaptures and closes all the honey, all the everything, all
Yeah.
their larvae, everything. And that's one reason I really don't like the flow hive, is because they've replaced that beeswax with plastic honeycomb, plastic cells.
I don't like that.
And I just don't know in what world that is even remotely,
Especially when we talk about all the microplastics out there that we're already consuming.
Yes.
So why are we adding
Why are we
more
introducing
into
it to the hive? Yeah.
Why are you crossing over the species?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Good intention, but not
Yeah.
good follow through.
And people using it like on their lips, like as a chapstick. It's a
Mhm.
it's a good moisturizer, isn't it? Or
For
it can
sure.
be if it's
I mean,
mixed with.
I would dumb it down or like make it more like the consistency is weird if it's just straight beeswax unless it's like warm, you know.
Right, right.
But if you mix it with, there's all different kinds of um salves you can make and the different recipes, like, and it just depends on what you like. A lot of people will do it with like a jojoba oil or yeah, cut it with like a tallow or something. I don't know, but like, yes, it's great. It's so great for all of that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
made those wraps. We just got the raw beeswax itself. You melt down and then you put it into like the linen. Like you have
Nice. Yeah.
like you buy your own linen fabric, and we just make that for our instead of saran wrap.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
perfect,
great.
constantly
Yeah, it's
reusable.
great.
Now
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the heating aspect. Is that just for the nectar though, and the honey?
Yeah. I mean,
Does the heating up the
propolis,
beeswax?
like, yeah, all of them are kind of, yeah, they are different. Propolis, our bodies can't, break it down. So it does have to be like in a tincture, like it has to be kind of like distilled down to a tincture. And if you're doing that at home, you do it with like an alcohol, like you make a tincture out of it,
Okay.
you know?
Yep.
And I don't believe, I haven't heard, trying to think, but yeah, I think beeswax is fine when you're heating it.
Okay. Yeah, because we're not
But
consuming
yeah,
it at all. It's just being used as a wrapping.
right.
I
But
guess it
like
all
your
depends.
pollen, I would make sure your pollen's unheated, your bee bread, your honey, yes. And your bee venom, it's not, and royal jelly has to be like kept in a fridge, you know? So
Okay.
yeah, it's all product, yeah.
A side question here: how do you eat your
Okay.
peanut butter and jellies then, or peanut butter and honeys?
You can't. You're saying I can't put Tom Bench's honey on there? I won't have the same benefits.
No, you can. That's the best way to eat it. I was saying, like in rush hour traffic where you're not really thinking about it and you're just kind of casually eating a sandwich. Like,
You're kind of
you
wasting it. You're wasting
you
the
think
amazing.
about it. Yeah. So no, yeah, eating it unheated in any way is great. Yeah,
For
put it on your peanut butter. But just make sure you're like under a willow tree and there's like a brook nearby, you know? That's all.
Absolutely.
Even better. Why don't we just hang out in one of your little pods?
Your
Yes,
pods.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't remember where I first started learning about all that. But
I mean, it's a pretty cool
honestly,
idea. Like, oh, I'm gonna go lay in a hive.
yeah,
Like,
there had to have been like a Scandinavian hive or something I was looking at. I can't remember. I wish I could remember how I started learning about it. But it was me like, yeah, just down more rabbit holes, just learning the things that all about the bee. And I was like, okay. And it just there was a moment where I needed to spend some money. I needed to spend some money for taxes, you know?
Yep.
And I had this really awesome carpenter who he's about as nutty as I am, but in the woodworking world.
Nice.
And so it was fun to like collaborate with him. And I'd be like, what about this? And he's like, the hexagon McKay, it's a 60 degree and a 30 degree. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, whatever, like, so that's kind of how it was born. And it wasn't something I was going to sell. It just was something I wanted to try. It was something that I wanted to explore.
That's incredible. And
yeah.
How long have you been doing those huts for? Those hives?
Only like 2 years. Yeah. And here's a little secret that maybe we could just tell on your little podcast, but we're almost done with the production on the second one, and it's a different style. It's more like a sauna / outhouse. I hate saying outhouse because it sounds like we're doing weird things in there, but it's a chair and it's a single person thing, and it will be at a much more affordable price point, which I'm very excited about. So
I'm excited. Yeah.
I mean, obviously saw the price. I know with the economies of scale, they can come down, but these things are like $23,000, right? Is that
well? And it's crazy because we're selling them, like
I know,
but my clients, and I shouldn't like say any names, but like they're big people. It's really fun. Like that they're like, oh well, I live on the East Coast, but I have a farm in Kentucky. Can we get it into? And I'm like, who are you? Like, why? But
I can deliver it wherever you want. So wait, are they delivered already made? Or
yes, yeah. We tried to figure out how to do a kit, but just like wood warps if you send it,
sure.
And it's just like and how it's made, especially with it all being enclosed for the bees and whatnot. So these big structures, we put them on trucks, and they're so cute watching them drive down the road like to their new place.
Who makes them?
So
this carpenter, buddy?
This carpenter, yeah.
Just one guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so he has a little team that he's like trained these other guys as to how to do it. But the new huts that are smaller, I have a different company that are, because we're cutting a lot of corners. Because I love that these high-end clients are like appreciating this hut and are experiencing this hut.
Mm-hmm.
But I want a backyard beekeeper to be able to do this too. Like,
I was just going to ask you that, because obviously you look at I love the product, but you look at the average person, they don't have 23 grand to drop down, right? But I see huge benefits in it. It's no different than with the sauna. I mean, all these awesome benefits to us are almost unattainable for the average person that truly wants to break free from this grip of these people that are supposed to provide for us, right? It's a real shame. So it's an awesome thing that you're bringing it to the average consumer, and it's portable, like the one person one. Like, could they move it around, or is it as big as?
Yeah. We're hopefully maybe you can move it on kind of like a dolly. Like it's going to be, it'll be like a sauna. It'll be like a one-person sauna. Nice. So however you move that,
but you need to have a hive under it still.
I mean,
that's the whole point.
What's that?
You're still like a hive. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, and see the thing with the hut that we made, those are top bar hives, which means a Langstroth hive are the boxes, and when the hive grows, you add another box and you build up.
Right.
A top bar hive you build front to back, and so it's just a different style of beekeeping, and I would say it's beekeeping like level 2. Like level 1, you get a box. It's really basic. It's user friendly, but so to get one of these huts, you can't transfer your bees in there. You have to start with a whole new hive, which is beautiful. And I love the natural comb. I love it so much. But this one, you have your own hive and you put it on a drawer and then you'll just slide it into the hut.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. So anyone who has a hive right now can just take it and pop it in. Yeah.
Especially for those people that are trying to do both. I mean, people that are beekeepers out there. Like I've never even thought about owning my own hive. But now I am. I'm intrigued.
Right. Yeah.
That's
I want one of those little portable things. I want a whole holistic backyard thing.
I'll hook you up.
What price point are you looking at for these smaller ones?
As low as I can get it. I don't know yet. It will be under 8,000, hoping lower than that, but it'll be under 8,000.
Yeah. Okay. How did you like market the original ones to these hiring clients? Is it just your social media reach?
It's just social media. It's the craziest, weirdest thing in the world.
Nice.
Wow. I don't understand social media. I
put the price
I don't know how it happened.
You're like, what's going to happen? And then all of a sudden these orders are coming in. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah. Well, at first it was I posted. I mean, I wasn't planning on selling them or whatever, but I posted about it, and people said, "Where can I go? Like, where do I sign up?" And I was like, "I'm not you can't come, like, stay away from my house. Like, what do you know? Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, where can I get one? And I'm like, well, I built this. Or where did you get it? And I'm like, well, I didn't get it. I bought it. And then it was like, okay, like, I'll make you one if you want to pay this much. And they're like, okay. And I was like, what? So like,
That's
it
awesome.
just happened. It just happened.
Wow, good
That's
for
so
you.
cool.
That's so cool. So in
It is.
Japan, how are you going to keep this going?
So we're hoping that we get it shipped here. This is a lot of insider info. We're hoping to get it shipped. I'm in South Carolina right now.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
hoping to get it shipped here, and then we're gonna move it over there. So I'll have the little hut, and I can find a beekeeper there and keep it rolling and do stuff. And then it's kind of a well-oiled machine at this point
Yeah.
So
So you can
That's
easily
cool.
do it remotely. You could be wherever, do it
Sure, yeah.
remotely, run the business, what you got going on. I know what you're saying. You want to get it
Right.
shipped to your house because that'll now be part of your goods that the Navy has to
Right.
ship.
Right.
Heck yeah. I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited to see this bad boy. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Couple
Yeah.
more points here. American Apithary. Wow. Yeah, Apitherapy Society. I want to
Yeah.
talk about kind of that. And I think the next question you'll see it's environmental concerns. Right? I would
Yeah.
say a big reason we've heard a lot more about bees is people are saying they're so important to our environment. Right? They're so
I've heard
important
that
to our
they're
food. They feed
endangered,
us.
that they're dying off. Is that correct?
Well, insects as a whole are endangered. They are down 70%
Whoa.
since, what was it, 1965 or something? And that's not in numbers. Well, it's in numbers, but it's also in size. Their size is getting smaller. And man, I could pop off about that. I really am passionate about it because, number one, people say save the bees, and they think, oh, I'll go buy local honey at the farmer's market. I'll save the bees, and it's like, no, that's the dumbest. And
Good try.
to say, yeah, well, and they also just are narrow-minded to the honeybee. They just think the honeybee when they think of that,
Right.
and it's about as dumb as saying save the birds, and all you care about is chickens, because there's a plethora. There's 20,000 different species of bees in the world. And a lot of times getting a beehive is detrimental to your native bees that are in your area, because you have a beehive that will forage 3 to 5 miles around your hive. And you come in, you place them there. They're not going anywhere. Their queen is set. Like, they have to be there.
Sure.
So they forage and they push out all the leafcutter bees, the bumblebees, the squash bees, the fairy bees. There's so many different types of bees. And they push those out. And then you decide, oh, this is too hard, it's really sticky, and you decide not to be a beekeeper. And it takes about 3 to 5 years for your little ecosystem to balance again, for those bees to come back. So when we say save the bees, a lot of times, like, the main focus is the native bees.
Okay.
And it's not because a beekeeper is pushing them out. It's just like a mason bee, a little blue orchard mason bee. It's adorable. It pollinates 50 times better than a honeybee. 1-to-1, like a 1-to-1 ratio. And so they're awesome. And they're effective. And like, honeybees don't even, like, you need a bigger bumblebee to pollinate some sort of, like the tomatoes need a bigger buzz bumblebee.
Okay.
Or the squash flowers, they need the squash bees because they'll go down into the little, so there's all different types of.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, you are blowing my mind here. This is
so save the bees. You're not talking about the honeybees.
You're talking
more
carpenter
about
bees out in my post. I got to kill those damn things. What the heck?
Oh my, do not kill those carpenter bees.
So what do you do?
So
what do you do with that, right? We got a pest control guy that comes out. He takes care of all these insects. So tell me about this, right?
Okay.
I hit the buzzword. What do all these people do with pest?
Oh man, when pest control
Just let them
knock on my
destroy your
door,
house?
my pest control knock on my door, and my husband's always like, yeah, you need to talk to my wife. And like, I get fiery, very polite. I'm so polite, fiery, but ugh. So
These
here's
are just
the deal,
young bucks
is
trying to
that-
make some dough. Come on. They don't know what's
but
going
it's
on.
like, it's
No,
the
but
most
tell me-
unethical thing to do.
Yeah, why is
So
it
in the
unethical though? Like, you want
19
them to destroy your house? Like, let's talk about that. Because people.
Well, right. I mean, there's other ways of okay. So in the late 1990s, they developed neonicotinoids, and it's a very extremely powerful pesticide. It works great. It's systemic, so it lives within the plant. And so people will say, oh, we don't spray on the budding flowers. We wait till night to spray. The bees are all asleep. Well, the problem is it's absorbed through the roots and it lives systemically in the plant. And so when the flower does blossom, it contains some of that poison, and bees have been shown that they can't even navigate back to their hive, or sometimes they'll die directly on the flower. And when you spray it, it also has a really long shelf life depending on the tissue of the plant. If you have a really dense tissue like a tree, it's holding on to it for longer. And so year after year or 6 months, you're spraying these things and they're growing more and more potent. And the thing is they work. They're extremely, in fact, you spray, your yard looks great. Yeah. The bugs won't be there. They'll be away from your house. They work great. So it's an easy yes for people because they don't like the bugs. They don't like the pests.
Sure.
But then you decide not to use it. You have to balance your yard because you've been using it. It's in your plants. It's in your system. And things will be imbalanced for a while. And you're going to have a ton of grasshoppers demolishing your yard. You're going to have, but the thing is that it will correct itself. The fastest way to get rid of grasshoppers is to spray them. The second fastest way is to just let them be. And then you notice that maybe not the first year, but the second year, the praying mantises start coming. And if there's food there, the beneficial insects will start coming in and they'll make a home there. And so it's a long game, for sure. It's a long game.
Okay.
But you are exposing your children to these neonicotinoids. You're exposing your family to them, and they are directly tied with cancer.
It's been proven facts of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're in your groundwater. They're in it's insane. And so the monarch butterfly migration, the decline of that, people are like, why is there not? Well, it's directly tied to neonicotinoids. They've
the whole
proven
ecosystem was shut down.
Well, and it's the farmlands. So the monarchs feed directly off of the milkweed plant. And the milkweed plant, it's a weed. It's along the side of the road. It shouldn't be sprayed. Well, it is. It does have the neonicotinoids in it because the farmers who are close by, it's seeping into the groundwater. It's impacting everything.
Oh, yeah. This is a great synergy with our other show that we had, Jared, with Alana. We're talking about just corn, our ecosystems out there. I want to go back to the carpenter bee, right? Because our termites and things that are truly destructive. What do you do in your situation with this? Right, you got carpenter.
Well, it depends on what it is.
Sure.
Depends on the pest, but there's all different tricky ways of doing it. Carpenter bees.
It's a way of gathering them for me. So I gotta get a suit on and just pick them one by one.
Yeah, and this doesn't sound completely ethical, but just spraying or you could just duct tape up all the holes. They get stuck in there and they die in there, but you're not spraying them and you're not spraying chemicals all over your yard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a way.
So the wasp spray is really bad.
Oh my gosh, wasp spray is so bad. Yeah.
Okay. All the people that are listening, I got to open up this cabinet in my garage.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
There's so many effective things that you can do. So preventative before carpenter bees and wasps, the one thing is those decoy wasp nests. That if you hang those before they start making their nests, in the early spring for carpenter bees and wasps, they're very territorial. And so if they see that, they're going to go elsewhere to make their home.
Did not know anything about this. Decoy wasp nest.
Yeah, I saw that on your Instagram.
$6 on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that. So you could.
Yeah.
So, okay, interesting. So that's one way to get them away. What if they've already made it? It's already there.
Then you can tape up their holes. You can try just different things. You can.
But they got one of those nasty looking hives. You don't want to get anywhere near there, right?
Oh, the wasps? Oh man. Well, see, and I removed a lot of them. You get in your bee suit and you just go and grab it.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's all. That's easy.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
No, that's what I've done. And call me. I'll come do it for you. I know that's not really possible. But
you in Utah, I would.
Call a beekeeper. Yeah, call a beekeeper. They'll come do it for you.
They'll remove them and actually transplant them into a different place.
Yeah,
where do you put
and
it?
I don't transplant them. I'll put them in a 5-gallon bucket and I'll seal it up and suffocate them.
Okay.
But the thing is that they're not invasive. There's tons of wasps out there. It's okay if one hive in a very active area with little kids, you don't want that. You got to get rid of that. Sure. I'm not against that.
Okay.
Or you have those little wasp traps that have the little inverse funnel that they go up in.
Those.
Those can trap them without spraying any chemicals. Just go for the things that you're not spraying.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
So
try to avoid that.
it's the chemical aspect of it when we're introducing that to get rid of these things.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Understood.
So is there any more that we need to double click on with the Save the Bees and the whole environmental thing? Like, I don't know if I fully am grasping the issues that there are with that and maybe the misinformation that there's been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, the thing is that it's not natural to have a monocrop acres and acres long. It's not natural in California. I don't know how big the almond orchards are, but they're ridiculous. So because it's not natural, you have to bring in not natural pollinators.
Sure.
So you get this honeybee migration of the trucks that move all around. And like the best way to support and save the bees is to encourage the small farms to buy local, to grow your own stuff and support the smaller growth of things. Because, if you are planting, there's a lot of plants that dance around this little symbiotic relationship that if I'm growing here, you're going to attract the beneficial insects that help me. Like, what is it? It's like marigolds and tomatoes. If you've ever planted those side by side, the scent helps with the hornworms that come on. Like a lot of and you should be kind of rotating your garden to help with the soil and the different nutrients and whatnot. Like it's so hard to talk like about bees without talking about all the insects, and it's so hard to talk about all the insects without talking about the gardening and the birds and it just starts kind of ballooning, and it feels overwhelming. It feels because it's like to the average person, it's like save the bees, and it's like, how do I do that? It's like, okay, well first you got to start a garden. It's like, okay, I'm not doing all of that. I
live in a farm, or I live in a city, and I have an apartment. What do I do?
Getting a few hives in a neighborhood is fantastic, right? For if you have a veggie garden or any kind of growth.
If the pollinators are already doing a really good job, if you have native bees that are just awesome, no, don't get a hive. Okay. Absolutely not. Like cultivate what's already there. Like plant more. And so you can get one of those little bee hotels. Those are great for your leafcutter bees and your mason bees. That will give you a good gauge on the bees that are in the area. And if there's not a lot of action there, like you should get like the bees of your area, like a little guidebook.
Yep.
Go sit in your garden and see how many bees, different types of species of bees that you can find.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of circle back with. I wanted to go back to, you have this average person who, all right, this is cool. This is a great topic. I love me some honey. I realize that I'm eating some really shitty honey out there and I got to get better. I'm super overwhelmed by this whole topic. What's a good place to start that's not overwhelming? Is that what you just said? Just get a guide, go out in your yard, your environment?
I mean, knowledge is power, so sure. to educate yourself. But if you want to start small, buying organic, it's not the qualifications for somebody to have an organic blueberry farm or whatnot, they're not great. There could be a lot of improvements, but it's a step in a really positive direction. If we're encouraging that, it's good for the bees. So the base level, buy organic.
Yep. Also
base level, shop from the small people who are doing it. Encourage them and support their business. And, so your farmers markets and find the local little places, little stores.
Do you want people to be starting beekeeping? Like I'm, in the areas, like they don't necessarily need to. It's not like this is an ad for everybody to start beekeeping.
No, if your heart is burning out of your chest and you want to do bees, like you should do it.
Okay.
But there are a lot of beekeepers, like I said, who get into it and they think it's a set it and forget it. And it is intense. It is a lot of work.
It looks like it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not prepared for that and you just ditch your bees, you are messing up your little ecosystem that you have there and you're harming the native bees.
I was just going to say, you're harming your own environment itself. If you,
right. And that's what I wanted to ask you about. So you get a hive, let's just say a local community here in Utah, right? Traverse Mountain. I want to get a hive. All these houses are so dang tight. You're like but anyway, so you get a hive and you're saying, because when those honeybees come in, they'll push out the other bees. Is that what you said earlier? I think I heard you say that, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So like what are the kind of the positives and negatives of that? Of that fact, that ecosystem, because it takes a little bit. They may push them out initially, but you said it takes a few years for those other bees to feel comfortable and come back, and then for them to start working together. Or did I
Well, there just
misunderstand?
has to be enough food for everyone. There has to be an area where they all can survive, and the honeybees can't move. Like, they're queen, like, they're stationed there, you know?
Yeah.
So it just makes sense that the other bees have to leave for that to happen. So the best thing is to, like, plant flowers, create a place where they can thrive. You know, I mean, and if you are next to Old Man Magoo who runs an apple orchard or whatever, and there's an abundance of things he doesn't do, like, yeah, get a hive. Yeah, for sure. And if you are dedicated to wanting to do a hive long term, get a hive. Yeah, that's great. But it's just like you also should be aware of the other bees that are in that area. You should be aware of just how it's impacting your your little ecosystem.
Could it
Yeah.
mess up, like, if I'm hearing this right, if I were to get a hive and all the houses, even if the houses aren't close, like let's just pretend it's an East Coast home where you've got maybe half an acre, a third an acre or something, right? Per
Sure.
person. You get a hive. One person gets a hive and they're kind of growing it and it gets a little bit bigger. Because you always think, literally, my ignorant self was get a hive because that's going to be beneficial for everyone's vegetables and everyone's flowers. That
Sure.
may not be
Well,
the
I mean,
case, though. That may not be. You may get it and you may push everybody else out, all the other bees, and then all of a sudden,
sure.
these bees that you have, it's too much for them. There's too much going on. There's
Sure.
too much out there, so they're not able to pollinate as much. I don't know if I'm saying
Yeah.
that right.
No, no, you are. You have the right idea. I mean, initially it would be, I mean, because your bees are there, I think it would be beneficial because all of it would boom because if a flower is visited by a bee, it's pollinated. If it's visited more and pollinated more, it produces bigger fruit and more juicier fruit. So everything would, yeah, it would start becoming, yeah, it would be beneficial. But if for any reason your hive dies, or if you decide not to be a beekeeper, you relocate it, then that's where the imbalance comes. That you know, the ecosystem, then it's deprived of all this lush pollination that you just offered it. And it will take 3 to 5 years for those pollinators to come back. So I guess
Whoa.
it's not like initially when you have the hive,
Right.
but like, yeah, you're kind of the butthead in the neighborhood if you're bringing in all these hives
I'm just
to the
thinking of the people that
pollinators
are
who are
living in
there.
the
Yeah.
apartment, like that. Is
Yeah.
it possible for urban households, internal, like out on the pad? Like, I know you say
Yeah.
you
I
do it up
mean,
on the roof of businesses and things like that, but how does that affect?
sure. Yeah. I mean, you in Utah, and I think the law is somewhat universal, is that they have to be in the backyard
Okay.
of a place and they have to be 3 feet away from a property line.
Oh, okay.
And so if you're checking those two boxes, you generally can do it anywhere, and if
Okay.
it can be a roof. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you're doing it like in an urban area, obviously it's, I'm sure, very beneficial to that area, right? Like
Oh,
when you
for
were doing
sure.
it in Salt Lake
And
City.
it's crazy because, like, in urban areas, your bees aren't foraging from the monocrops
Yeah.
that have all the pesticides. So sometimes you get better honey.
I was
It's
just
crazy.
all the people that had different plants all placed all throughout. I'm thinking like it would
Yeah.
be this great source of nectar,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
cocktail of randomness.
Interesting.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, McKay, is there anything else that you wanted to cover that would be beneficial, you think, to the listeners or just our curious minds? I mean,
Man, we've covered a lot of ground. I think
have.
it's great.
My
We
mind
need
is
to
blown.
chew on this, take a nap, and
Yeah.
recover. Yeah.
go sting yourself. Go sting yourself, okay? Because maybe this has been,
I mean,
that'll
sounds
give
like
you
that
that's your
hive is
upper.
a great little nap, a nap hub.
Oh, for sure. And like hives can be really fickle. So we kind of designed it as like if the hives aren't doing well, you can use it as a meditative space
I
for
love
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you
cool.
mentioned a couple, one book at least, right? The one book was,
Yeah.
let's see if I have
Mind
this
of a
here.
Bee is
Mind
a
of a
good
Bee.
one if you want to. I have another one right here. This is the health. What is it? Health and the Honeybee. This is Charles Mraz. He was the founder of apitherapy. Basically, he's just an amazing beekeeper who started stinging people. And anyway, this is an amazing book.
Health
Love
of a
it. And
Honeybee?
you said education is power. So I think that's the first start is I think individuals just need to get out there and educate themselves. What is the purpose of honeybees?
Yeah.
How can it help us? And the medicinal. You mentioned a code
Yeah.
with pollen peddlers, the McKay Jo 10. For those of
Yep.
you that want to get your discount with their products, you can take a gander. McKay, we really appreciate your time. We appreciate the education you gave us. Like I said, my mind is blown. I am so looking forward to taking these practical tools starting today. Like I told you, I'm going to go right up to that makeup and see, okay, you got your holistic makeup. Let's see that royal jelly.
Get your wife some really nice bee venom. She'll love it.
Oh yeah. That'll be our next, what do you call it? We call it our spa Sundays, where until we had our 3 and 1 year olds, we used to have these hours long of spa Sundays. So we're going to add some injection of stinging ourselves into the mix.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Oh, man. All right.
Really appreciate you, and we really, really do hope that it added even the tiniest bit of value to your life.
If you felt that the conversation resonated with you, we invite you to share it, because you really never know who needs to hear this today.
You can find more tools for intentional living and the 7 pillars of transformation at thehappyatrium.com, or connect with us on our socials at thehappyatrium. We'd love to see and interact with you there.
Until next time, keep tending to your inner child, one breath, one step, and one story at a time.
Take care, and we'll see you down the road.